Our next speaker is Aminur Rashid, a pharmacist from New Jersey. Mr. Rashid.
Thank you, Professor Bernstein. Distinguished guests, scholars, students, activists, journalists present here, our Honorable Ambassador to Bangladesh, to UN, USA, also our Consul General, the Kean University Human Rights Institute and Bangladesh Study Group, and its President of Kean University, Dr. Daud Farahi, good afternoon. It is a great honor to be here. As a member of a martyr family who still shares the scare of the genocide of 1971, who still shares the burden of sad and shocking reminiscence of those atrocities, let me say that war is not over yet. I remember one writing from our Dhaka University professor, Dr. Nilama Ibrahim, who passed away, who once in a teachers' meeting, it's a syndicate meeting, as you know, she was saying about Bangladesh, the atrocities, the war. One of the professors of Dhaka University said, I'm saying Bengali, "Osho mukti juddho bhule jan." What they said, forget about what happened in 71. Dr. Nilama Ibrahim protested in that meeting and said, without this, we cannot be a Bangladesh anymore. Without that war, we cannot even sit down together. So as my good brother, Dr. Momin said, and I echo the same thing, that resistance is still here. And we're going to face that every day in our life. And we got to come out from the canopy of darkness. The way we have united in 1971, we got to unite together and fight the resistance and unlight our freedom struggle. It's not over yet. And those are responsible for those crimes against humanity. If we cannot bring them to justice in the eyes of international law, there will still be an unfinished revolution. To accelerate, my dear friends and scholars, students, and the activists, all I say, we need a mass publicity. We must reach every corner of this world, home and abroad, to make an awareness that injustice and cruelty done to mankind should not go unchallenged. Let me take the opportunity to comment on behalf of a martyr family and from all of you, Mr. Arif Rahman and his compatriots, along with Professor Barnard Weinstein, that he launched this program 2 years ago. Again, I say, let this torch be enlightened. And let us not take any advantage of this crusade. It is our moral obligation to support this endeavor. This collective effort is necessary to resist any hindrance to this noble cause. So let us all remember those martyrs who laid their lives, freedom fighters. And I do remember, I should do also, our national hero, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. As you all know that the term genocide, if I'm right, was adopted in 1951. And in that chapter, it was said that the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide was adopted by UN General Assembly in December 1948, and it came into effect in January 1951. The reason I say this is because it contains an internationally recognized definition of genocide, and out of 5, I just read one. It says that causing seriously bodily or mental harm to the members of the group. And that's why I'm here. You only heard a couple of gentlemen that say their stories, and let me share my stories. My brother, elder brother, Mr. Mansur Rahman, was just a graduate of the then Dhaka Agriculture College. We have, I should say, a big family of 9 members, 9 kids. And it's not a well-to-do family. My father, with his meager income, tried to give us good education. And after his graduation, he got an offer from a tea garden to work as assistant manager. The tea garden was ran by the then Army Group of Pakistan. It's in Chittagong, tea garden, in hill tracks. At the same time, because of his good qualification, good education, he has been requested by the then Kean University, which just formed, to come to a PhD program. But sometimes aspiration is shadowed by the requirement. What I meant to say, he has to save his family. So I picked up his job, then his studies. To make it short, during the 71, he was with us, having some pastime vacation. End of March, as you know, in Bangladesh, it was called Total Non-Cooperation Movement. He asked my father's permission to go back to his garden. Why? Because the then Pakistani army manager who was running the garden left, but the laborers who has no wage. He doesn't know what's going to happen to them, to the family. It's a really human cause, as I'm coming to my friends. For that human cause, he decided one day to go back to his garden. And I still quote my father, he said, I should have stopped him. But he's a young man. He's in his job, but his moral obligation to his fellow people is more important. And I do still remember it was a very, very dark night. It was a very cold night. We beat Farrell, the train left. And that was the last journey. What happened after going to garden, as in helping everybody, and Chittagong has built a very good resistance against Pakistan army. You know that history. After the fall of Hali Shohar, the then Major Rafiqul Islam, Biruttam, has to withdraw his army and sought refuge in his garden. It's called Udalia Tea Garden next to Kean University. My brother Mansur Rahman gave all kind of support possible. And in his book, Tale of Billions, Mr. Rafiq did mention the story, but not his name. Please make a note. But that's not the story. After that, all over, he couldn't leave the garden, but the collaborators, informers, they brought him to Pakistan Army headquarters, information source. Of course, he's a criminal to their eyes. So one day he was being called to Agrabad, the Amin group. All my information goes. From there he was taken to some headquarters. He was blindly folded. And all I know, one very night, he was tortured to death. After this incident, my father went to the tea garden and to all the army headquarters to seek his body. And he was being told, if you don't leave, we're going to kill you too. So he came back. Then I went back after the liberation, which is after 16 December 71. Let me go and try his body, or any information so I can touch him at least. I went to his tea garden to Circuit House where all the killings took place. I couldn't find him. So somebody said, go to Forest Lake, as you know, Chittagong Forest Lake. Go there, you might see something there. My dear friends, all I saw, human skulls, bones that we saw this in the movie. One of them could be yours. And I hear all the cries, screaming. And I just realized, I'm with them. They are with me. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.